Final speaker is Catherine. She's from Sex Workers Outreach Project, SWAT. Sex Workers Outreach Project Chicago is a grassroots organization dedicated to improving the lives of current and former sex workers in the Chicago area on and off the job. They support the rights of sex workers and their communities and focuses on ending violence and stigma through education, advocacy, and peer support. Let's hear for Catherine.
Hi everybody, I am Catherine Pedatovich. That is spelled C-A-T-H-R-Y-N, and I'm Serbian, so my last name sounds like a sneeze, but it's spelled B-E-R-A-R-O-V-I-C-H. It's wonderful to be here, and it is wonderful to be here as a sex worker. Because you hear a lot of stuff like, oh, well, she sells her body, she's asking for it, right? I do not sell my body. Right. I rent access to my body. I sell a service. Yeah. Definitely I do all of those things. But, you know, if you walk into a store and they're selling candy, does that mean that you can just like pick up some candy? No, it really doesn't. Same principle, guys. Same principle. Another argument that you hear a lot is, oh, well, all sex work is violence against women and it's rape. So, like, you're getting raped for work, so clearly you can't get raped. Also not true and pretty fucked up, because if you're going to call my choice and my consent, conditional though it may be on the dollars that I make from that consent, rape, that makes my consent completely meaningless. Sex workers are at a massive risk of violence because we are so heavily stigmatized. We are also criminalized, which means that when we suffer violence, much of the time we can't report it. If I were, God forbid, to get raped by a client, what would I do? Could I go to the police? No, I could not. Because one, I would be doing something completely illegal that put me in that situation. Therefore, it would be my fault, right? Oh, no. Sorry. No! Fuck no! Sex work and the stigma associated with it is incredibly linked to violence against women. A lot of people say, well, if we criminalize the clients and we decriminalize the sex workers, well, then everything will be better. And when you suffer abuses by clients, then you'll be able to get the help you need. I don't think so. It doesn't work in Sweden. You out yourself as a sex worker and all of a sudden you have cops on your tail trying to take your clients from you. Essentially taking food out of your mouth, shelter from over your head, and clothes off of your back. The majority of sex workers who suffer violence are cisgendered women, and even more than that, trans women. And that's a problem. I think we can all agree, right? In order to decrease this violence against women, we need to decriminalize sex work. Decriminalizing sex work will not promote rape. A lot of people like to say, oh, well, selling sex devalues sex. In what planet does that make sense? That is not real logic. That is insane troll logic. Decriminalizing sex work will end violence against sex workers that goes unpunished. It won't end the violence, unfortunately. That's one day, maybe, one day. But it will mean that we are able to take a recourse. Thank you all for supporting sex workers, and it's really great to see such an enthusiastic response, because I know that Slutwalks across the country have had issues with including sex workers. We are no less people than you are. And as people, we do not deserve to have violence or rape, which is a form of violence, inflicted upon us.